Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oyindi Fulupelani Ma Shapa, Wanayana Wamuvenda. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, a veteran in this channel, welcome back for yet another exciting episode of Risk, Money and Insurance. And so first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. I am so glad to be back. I know I was gone for a month and I was just, I was actually missing content creation. I would get so many ideas and inspiration, and I was just like, I can actually do a video on this, I can do a video on that. And on the very same note, I cut my hair, so short girl era has loaded. I had a chiskop, like as I went full blown chiskop, and now my hair is growing back, and I'm really just excited to embrace this new journey that I'm on and all of that. So as you've seen from the title of the video today, we are talking goal setting 2023, right? 2022, it has came. We saw what it brought to our lives, but now it has passed. It's time for us to give 2023 a chance. And I thought to open up, the new year and just set the tone for the new year, because one of the things that I was sort of reflecting on as I was on my content creation break was around, how can I add more value? Based on what I'm already doing for the channel, how can I add more value? And I realized that there's often a need, right, to see like a holistic view, of life. Like, in as much as we talk about finances a lot in this channel, which is exactly what this channel is all about, there's also a need to touch on other areas of our lives that are impacted by finances, other areas of our lives that need, attention. So I'm so excited to bring you guys on a new journey this year, which will be a holistic view to life. And I'm sure it's going to be really exciting. I'll be bringing really cool people over to the channel, and we'll still be talking about finances and money, but we'll also look into how can you leverage other parts of your life to make sure that you are healthier financially. And so I'm really excited about that. And this year I did something different. So I bought this journal. It's a diary. I thought it was a journal when I bought it for some weird reason, but it's actually a diary. So I bought this diary sometime last year, and the whole point was I just wanted to start writing my feelings down. I think over the years I have indicated that I love, writing down my prayers. I love journaling and just, reflecting. Writing helps me deal with stuff. And so poetry was a big part of that, like in me dealing with emotions and all of that. I just write down poetry to a point where I don't have a lot of happy poems. They're mainly sad ones, or like frustration, frustrating poems and stuff. But that's how I deal. And so I bought this journal with the hope that I'll be able to just start unpacking, because like 22 was a lot. I won't lie, 22 was a lot. I changed jobs and I moved to a new place, and everything was just all over the place. I traveled and all of that, like everything seemed like all over the place. It was fun, I won't lie, it was nice experiencing all those things, but I think I didn't really have time to like take it in and check in with myself a lot, as to how are you doing and all of that. I think I only started doing it in the later part of the year, where there were a lot of emotions that were surfacing, and I just needed time to check in with myself. I think for me that was the important thing, to check in with myself, to say, hey, how are you doing, and how can I be there for you? Because I think it's important that we show up for ourselves. It's easy to show up for other people, like when they're going through stuff, to say, how can I be there for you as a friend? But you need to be your greatest friend. I think for me, that's what I realized last year, and one of my friends pointed it out. Like, you need to be your very own best friend. You need to be kind to yourself. The same kindness that we will show to other people, you need to show that kindness yourself. And for me, it was about sitting down and reflecting on, what does that look like for me as a person? When I say I love myself, to just sit down again and say, in this season of my life, what does self-love look like? and also how can I show up more for myself in 2023. And that's when the journey began, and I just started writing down my feelings, like honestly how I was feeling. Because sometimes, you talk to someone and they're like, you're a positive person and all of that, and that can mask the whole thing, right? It can sort of I don't know how to put it, but it can sort of impact how much you share as well, because you just like, well, I don't really want to deviate much from what you already know, but at this moment I'm not really feeling that positive. So for me, it was like a safe space where I could literally just put my feelings down bare, just put everything down bare, and just digest on what happened throughout the year. And it was really, really interesting, I won't lie. A lot of things came up, like when you have all these emotions and you're dealing with them, and you're just like, oh my gosh, there was just so much that I had kept inside, which I hadn't opened up about. And for me, it was just a moment to reflect and say, these are my feelings, and this is how I'm gonna deal, this is how I'm gonna show up for myself. And rest was sort of like the recurring thing, because I know I deal by working. If I want to deal, I deal via work. It can be work as in my 9 to 5, or it can just be work, projects that I'm doing. I throw myself in, and in as much as it's what I realize that that's what makes me great. The fact that I'm not lazy to put in the work, and the fact that when I want to do something, I throw myself in it and I will do it and give it my ultimate best. In as much as that's beautiful and it's what makes me what I am, it's also really toxic, right? Especially when, I just need time out, or I need to deal with stuff, because it means I'll throw myself into the work and not really deal. So a big part of, just showing up for myself in 2023 is around rest and taking time out and listening to my body more, and just, just say it's okay not to work. Because I really, really struggle with not working, and I realize that when I say I'm not working, if I'm not doing my 9 to 5, I'm switching to my YouTubing stuff. If I'm not switching to my YouTubing stuff, I'm switching to something else. Like, I'm always working. And I remember there was this weird day on a Saturday where I was like, today I am not doing any work. Like, personal, YouTube, work, I am not doing any work. And that was the longest day of my life. I have to say, that was really the longest day of my life. Like, why do I feel so empty when I'm not working? Like, I feel like I just want to work on something. When I'm not working, it feels weird, but I want to get to a place where I can say, today I am not working. Not touch YouTube, not touch, ideas. I always have ideas. I'm always ideating something. Not touch any of that, and just say, today you are resting. Like, you are absolutely resting. So yeah, a big part of 2023 will be that. But before we move on, I just wanted to share with you guys, so I did this page, right, in my diary. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this whole full page where I wrote down, my vision 2023, in a sense, like what I want to achieve in 2023 and all of that. And I just want to chat through why it's important to set goals, right? Because we do it as an exercise, a fun exercise, especially, at the start of the year. Everyone is hyped up around goals. I want to do this, I want to do that, and all of that. So I just wanted to present a case for why you should set, goals for 2023, right? Number one being, I got this quote from the book that I was reading last year, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. The fact that you cannot hit a target that you cannot see. And for me, that's very important, right? To be able to know exactly what are you aiming towards. Because it's quite easy to say, I'll save, right? But what does saving really look like for you in this particular year, right? So what amount would you say, this is the amount that I want to, save, or this is the amount that I want to invest, or this is, what I want to do. Like, I want to pay off this much out of, my mortgage, or whatever you're trying to do. So it's important to have a target that you can see. because I know as human beings, I don't know how we wire, but we wired in a very weird way where it's almost like for you to get that sense of achievement and all of that, you need to know like when you've arrived. Imagine a journey with no destination where you're just walking, right? That's life, honestly. We're just walking, honestly, and then we try to set meaning and we try to set milestones and all of that in our journey and all of that. Then we start saying, when I reach 30 I want to get to this point, or when I reach 40 I want to be at this point and all of that. That's us trying to create meaning out of our life and out of our existence, because number one, we never asked to be here, right? You just woke up and you're here. And so that's our way to try to find meaning. So the second point would be, it helps to give your life direction and meaning depending on the goals that you're setting for yourself. So goal setting gives you that. It gives you some sense of purpose, direction, meaning to say, what am I living for in 2023? What are the things that I find important to me as an individual that I need to get to? And number three, it keeps you motivated. I think maybe it's just a me thing, but I know a couple of people that do it, who say like, when you have a goal, right? When you know exactly what you're trying to achieve, it will force you to wake up early in the morning. It will force you to save that extra 100 rands. It will force you to do, because in your mind, you know that you are working towards something. It's not like I want to save and it's just abstract like that. Like it's abstract. You don't know how much you want to save, where you want to save or whatever. But now when you start defining it, and it's a defined goal, it's a specific goal that you want to achieve, it gives you motivation to continue. To say, oh my gosh, 6 months into 2023, how much have I actually saved? And how can I now start improving such that I get to that level which I want to be at? And then another thing as well is the fact that having these goals and all of that, it helps you to sort of look at the bigger picture. It's a good time for you to reflect, because before you set a goal, first of all, you need to be fully aware of where you are in life, what you're trying to do. So it forces you to look at the bigger picture, not only for 2023, but overall. It was an exercise for me where I sat down and I say, but overall for you, what are you trying to achieve? Like in your life, what are you trying to achieve? If you were to be given, a set amount of time to say, by this time you should have achieved what you want to achieve, what exactly is it that you will put down in a piece of paper and say, this is what I want to achieve, this is the ultimate goal? So it helps you to have that bigger picture kind of ideation to say, I want to get to Z, but I know I'm not going to get to Z using one step or two steps. I need a couple of steps along the way to get to point Z. So this is what I'm doing this year, as a fraction of the bigger steps that I need to take. But also, it's just also a thing of a journey of 1,000 miles begins, this will be number 5. It begins with just, that first step in the right direction. And I believe that setting goals is that one step in the right direction to where you want to be. Setting goals is just that one step. And it also helps you as an individual to realize that, man, there's just so much in this journey that I still need to, acknowledge, or there's so much in this journey that I still need to learn, or so much in this journey that I still need to venture into. So it helps you to take those little steps in your ultimate journey. So I hope you guys, now know the reasons why goals are important. That was the point. And now we're just going to, go through some of the things that I have. And my hope in sharing this is to challenge you, number one, to start thinking about what you want out of 2023. And at the end of the day, what I'm really emphasizing is that a year, right, is what you make of it, honestly. Because honestly, what changed when the date, besides the date changing from 31st 12 2022 to 1st of the first month 2023, nothing else changed. You're pretty much still the same person. Yeah, pretty much, nothing really changed, honestly, unless you had some miraculous divine encounter with God. Then we can say you've changed. But for majority of us, nothing really changed from 2022 to now. So it's just, if nothing changes, it can remain like that for the rest of the year. And you'll be like, 2023 came, but I just feel like it was still 2022 in some sense. So a year is what you make out of it. And what you make out of it is the goals, that you put down, that you set for yourselves, and all these cute habits or productive habits that you want to acquire and all of that. So some of the goals I've set, right? The first ones were, of course, spiritual goals. And I think the more I grow up, the more I realize how I cannot separate my spirituality from who I am as a person. It's so weird. Like, as a child, I would compartmentalize my life. Like, my life was in different compartments. Like, there was the academic me, there was the church me, and then there was, the social me, then there was the family me, or whatever forms of me they were there, right? It was just in compartments. There were different compartments of who I am as a person. But the more I grow and the more I just grow in my journey with God, is the more I realize that spirituality affects everything. Like, it's the core, it's the basis of who I am, and everything else that I am is sort of layered up on top of my spirituality. And hence, spiritual goals were like the first thing I wanted to get into, because I realized, man, my spirituality is the essence of who I am. And in Venda, when someone passes on, we say Auchenamutu, right? Auchenamutu, it's like there's no one. Okay, direct Venda to English translation is there's no one. Like, somewhere there, right? But we're not saying that the body is not there, right? We're saying the spirit is not there, because without the spirit, there's no human being. Like, if we can take out your spirit, then you cease to exist. You cease to be called on this side of the earth. I don't know if you get what I mean. But yeah, so meaning your spirit, your flesh is important. Yeah, it is important. But your spirit, that's the most important part. And so in 2023, my goals, first of all, it's just making sure that my spiritual man is flourishing. Because if my spiritual man can flourish, then I'll be able to prosper as well and flourish. I think I'm quoting a verse in the Bible, but yeah. So just some of the spiritual goals too. I think the big one is spending time with God. And I saw this on someone's Instagram where they were saying, you get to know someone by spending time with them. And I don't know, in the season of my life, I'm just called to go back to get to know God again. Like, you do Christianity for a while, it gets to a point where you feel like, I know God. But I feel like I just want to go back and say, I want to know more. Like, I know God, but I want to know more. And for me, that's the thing. So how will I know more? Because it's also important to know the how. The word, of course, going back to the word, continue with my Bible studies and all of that. Prayer as well. And also in prayer, it was mentioned in church how when you pray, you like talk to God, and then you leave. You never give him a chance to respond. To err on the side of listening more rather than me talking all the time. So those are my spiritual goals. And then physical goals and mental goals. I was 2021, I think. I had a gym membership, which I later cancelled because I wasn't really consistent. And also the pandemic happened and I was afraid of going to the gym because, exposure and people just being in gym. So I'm thinking, I'm making it a resolution before the end of Jan. I need to join the gym again. But this time around, I'm going to do something different. So last time around when I was in gym, there was this guy I approached and I was like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. Can we try to do these things together? Because he looked like he knew what he was doing. And then that guy was trying to hit on me and all of that. And then that whole story didn't end well because I didn't like him like that. So now I'm going to gym and I'm gonna stop approaching guys to help me with missions because it doesn't end well. But yeah, on the physical side, just taking care of myself physically by going back to gym. And I hope you guys will keep me accountable. And number 2 is also just eating healthy. It's expensive, but I think I want to go back to eating healthy and just taking care of myself through what I eat and all of that. I'm not gonna go strict vegan or gluten-free kind of diets. But I think overall, I just want to be healthy. I want to eat more vegetables. I already eat a lot of foods, drink water as well, like those kind of things. Like I just want to nourish my body, and we're growing, guys. And when you grow, then we realize it's important to take care of your body and all of that. So taking care of my body is definitely part of my list as well. So looking into that and cutting away, on sweets. I think I eat a lot of sweet stuff. And yeah, just want to cut away from sweets and all of that. And then academic goals as well. There are a couple of, courses that I need to attend this year as part of my road to qualification and all of that. So those are some of the things that I've set for myself. I've written them down, and also timelines as well. When do I want to do this course? When do I want to attend that? Work on my work-based learning stuff as well. Because if you are in the actuarial journey, you realize that you cannot qualify to be an actuary before you finish your work-based learning stuff. So I just want to rip those up and all of that. So that's my sort of aspiration academically. I mean, I'm just giving you guys like high-level summaries. The details are here. But otherwise, YouTube and content creation, I think I want to do more collabs this year, bring in more people to the channel, and also just get a chance to engage with other YouTubers as well. So if you guys have suggestions on YouTubers that I must collaborate with, drop them in the comment section. I think it'll be really nice, especially the big YouTubers. But one person I do have my eye on, who I follow like quite a lot, is Yols. She went out, but she's back now, which is amazing. She's back. And I remember the story there. I DM'd her at some point when there was some shady Instagram promotion or sponsorship thing that they were trying to hook me into. And I was just not sure about the details and stuff. And she responded within an hour. So she was really friendly. She helped me out a lot. And I think that's when, I used to watch her YouTube videos and all of that. But I think for me, the kindness and the warmth from that interaction it was like a tick, like, okay, she's the one, she's very friendly. So yeah, just venturing into having YouTube friends. I already have YouTube friends, but I want to have more YouTube friends. I think it would be nice to, get to learn from them, and yeah, just form new friendships. I think it's important for growth. And then financial goals as well. My big one is literally, I was thinking about how last year when I moved to like my place and a bigger place, because it's a bigger place and all of that, the main goal last year was to just furnish the apartment and all of that. And I didn't really do everything in a single month. Like, it was a process where every single month there's something that I'm buying. And I realized that as much as I had my debit order for investment going out every single month, a lot of my surplus money was literally going towards purchasing furniture and buying household utensils and all of that, which at this point I feel like I'm happy with the setup. I'm happy with, the way it looks right now. So this year it's back to saving, to just at least put in like a very good lump sum, or like a good amount of money aside, and then direct the rest towards investments, long-term, more like the long-term stuff. And they're also just like short-term goals that I'm saving towards, and just increasing my cash reserves, because I feel like I'm really low on cash reserves right now, which is bad. And also just filling up my emergency fund as well. I think that's my main goal for the year, like top up everything, and have a good amount of reserves, and then redirect everything else towards investments and all of that. So yeah, this year it's definitely about saving on the cents, but at the same time just building a good cash reserve before I can dip into investments aggressively again. So yeah, that's my financial goal. And then social goals, I think a big one for me was just being a better friend, honestly, and being more intentional. I think life happens, exams happen, and everything happens, work happens and all of that. And sometimes you just like, I'll see friendships after exams, I'll see friendships after this, which is good because you need to focus and all of that. But I think very often I wasn't really intentional about initiating things, and I think I want to be that person. And also just sometimes saying, let's go out for coffee, or hey, are you at your place? Which is one thing I really cannot do. I cannot just randomly pop up at someone's place without a reason. And I think in my friendships, so my friends do that. They pop up, they're like, oh bro, I just want to come chill, and then we chill, we speak, and we do all of that. But I feel like I haven't been able to do that, which is one thing I want to do. So to all my friends, I'll be popping up at your place this year, don't worry. I'll give you a notice, like I'll notify you, like, bro, are you home? I was thinking we can, chill and all of that. But that's what I want to do. I want to be a better friend, I want to be more present, and I just want to spend this year building and maintaining good and beautiful relationships. So I hope this video inspires you to sit down as well, plan, what do you want to make out of 2023, because a year is what you make of it. So what do you want to do in 2023? Last year we did like a vision board and all of that. I think you guys can go back to that video and check out the vision board creations and stuff that I said in that video, which I believe was really awesome stuff. You don't want to miss out, so you can check out that video. I'll even link it in the description box, so you can check it out, and also create your own vision board, right? And you can do that on Canva. I have my own, so sort of the goals that I wrote down here, I created my own vision board at the end of the day. So you can also just have your own vision board, which you can put and look at it every single day or every now and again to remind yourself of what you want to make out of 2023. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It feels long, but don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, bye.